What's going on, OTF family, fitness fam, Mr. Never Miss a Monday, coming to you live from the Newburgh studio. I got Coach Chris here with me,
What's up?
and we're super excited to have gifted children of Hudson Valley on the show today. We're going to be talking about autism and all about the organization. And the reason why we're here, honestly, is because of my boy Chris over here. He wanted to do a donation class to support this organization. And so, Chris,
Absolutely.
talk a little bit about how you came upon finding out about this organization, and what brought it upon your heart, brother, to do a
So,
90-minute class for this
so
organization.
one of the things is, if everybody doesn't know, I'm a retired detective. I retired from the town of Walk Hill back in March. Um, and Rosie was the youth coordinator at the town of Walk Hill. She's about to retire herself, and congratulations on that. Um, but one of my duties as working with the police department was I would work closely with the youth coalition. And I noted the youth coalition empowers youth in our community, shows them leadership. And I noticed there was a little bit of a shift in who was coming to the youth coalition, and noticed there
Yes.
was a lot of special needs coming to the youth coalition. And the one time it actually jumped out at me was I did a fitness class for them. And these children, these bright children, like when they ran this fitness course, their eyes lit up.
Mm.
Um,
Yes.
and the fact
Marvelous.
that I showed them that not only can they do it, but we ran it again with certain different motivations behind it,
Yeah.
and showed them that they can beat their times from the previous one. Well, then I found out that Rosie started in with Gifted Children, who opened their first location inside the town of Walk Hill, and was working with them and everything. And then I retired and became an Orangetheory coach. And one of the things that
One of the best
one
coaches.
thank you.
Yes.
Yes.
And
Say it again.
one of the things that I noticed is there are people that are coming to the classes that are special needs and everything, but not as much as I'd like to see. And I'd like to show the world that Orangetheory, being an all-inclusive fitness facility, and we cater to everybody. Like, I just had a intro that had a lot of lower body issues, and we were able to basically change the workout around to support them, simultaneously donating to a great organization as Gifted Children,
Yeah.
and helping them and partnering up with them to show them, bring them on board, and everything, and work together in a collaboration. And then also, I got one of the best DJs in the Hudson Valley DJing the class, and we are going to throw it down on Friday.
Yes.
Yes.
We're
Love
we're really excited to be hosting you. And just to piggyback on what Chris said, we are really big on the community. We do these donation classes all the time because we believe in the community. We're all inclusive. Most importantly, we want to promote health and wellness. And when we have our opportunity to give back, because our members here are really, really generous. So we're really excited. So for the people that don't know about Gifted Children, kind of tell them a little bit about it, and what the mission of the organization is.
Yes, absolutely. So first, I just want to say thank you so much, Chris and Jean, for allowing us to do this today. It really means a lot getting the word out there and sharing what autism in our community looks like. You just made a really great point about all inclusive. When I started this, 9 years ago,
Well,
with,
hold on a
you
minute.
know,
Tell them who you are. Tell them who you are. And you'll roll with the
I'm,
company. Hold
I'm
on.
Amanda Rodriguez. I am the founder of Gifted Children. Yes, and jumping it, but it really does mean a lot to me, just because I find myself having my daughter being diagnosed with autism, and there was not a whole lot of inclusivity out there. Honestly, there was a really small, we didn't talk about, in the town of Walk Hill or in Middletown or in Orange County, period. We didn't talk about autism. It was something that it was a negative stigma. We didn't, express our, individualities. We didn't, you know, kids went to a special school, and now they're now integrated into our community, integrated into our schools and our public school systems. And it's beautiful. So name is Amanda Rodriguez, and what we do here at Gifted Children is provide community classes.
Absolutely.
We provide community classes to integrate into in our community. We do we have 12 students here, both neurotypical and special needs students learning about the same subject. So Mondays, Tuesday, every day is different. Mondays are astronomy, science classes on Tuesdays. Wednesday is, computers. Thursdays is health and wellness, and Fridays is our community engagement and learning about our community, right? We've partnered up with not only, Rosie's, the town of Wallkill Police Coalition, but also the town of Wallkill EMS. So we do integrate. We learn about our history in the community, as well as knowing who to call. The interaction is real. We want to make sure that people know, and even our students know, these are our friends. These are people that stand by us and will help us integrate into the community. Because again, just 9 years ago, we weren't seeing this, and this is an amazing thing, to see, and for our community to come together and be forefront, like show their support to everyone.
So Rosie, how did you get involved?
First and foremost, I'm Rosie Otero Walsh, and yes, coordinator for the Town of Walker Police Youth Coalition. I've been running it for the last 18 years, if you could believe that. But throughout the years in the program, just like Chris had mentioned before, me, myself being a mother of a child with special needs, and just like you said, many years ago, there was nothing to help with participation in bringing that about, to get referrals and get a place where we could join other parents and other kids. We didn't have that. So I was feeling like I was all on my own.
Mhm.
So in the program, as time has gone by, Chris knows that I took under my wing and adopted one of our community members, a child that the last 16 years, has evolved. There is nothing that you cannot do to help a child on a different spectrum and in special needs, right? But working together and showing them the empathy and, of course, inclusivity in the whole community coming together, that's the most important thing. So I opened up the doors in the program, bringing it to Orange County Youth Bureau, speaking with them, speaking with the Town of Walker Police Department and the town board, of course. And we opened up the Autism Acceptance program, part of the Police Youth Coalition in our community, which has opened doors for many, many, many families to come aboard. And Chris could tell you that it has grown. And the community, of course, we're merging and coming together with Gifted Children, which my passion, first of all. And I am so grateful that you came along, Amanda, into our community and giving the families a different perspective and a different opportunities, right? To bring the children so they could come, especially with the relationship building program that you have.
Yes, our relationship building program is very unique. There's a lot of parents that want to have their kids to date. We're experiencing something unique here. It is, everyone's learning essentially how to communicate with someone that they find that they want to date and they want to take out, and
Life skills.
life skills.
So we're all on it, and I'm in for life. Like I said, I have my child, which, by the way, my son turned 46 yesterday. But it's been a journey. It's been a journey, not only personally, but other family members and friends in our community, and Amanda herself bringing up her daughters, and being involved in the community hands-on. Our children, our community has learned to be empathetic to others. And that's what we want to bring. We want to bring that acceptance,
Yeah.
not only a program, but all Orange County
Yeah. So let me ask you, what programs does Gifted Children offer to families that are dealing with autism? What are some of the programs?
So one-to-one support. So we help them from, the OPWDD, the
Break
startup
that
there.
down because I don't know. Break it down.
So I'm just gonna say OPWDD is a New York State fund. It's a funding source for services, right? It allows parents to tap into Medicaid dollars to help support their individuals. Unfortunately, there are a lot of families here in Orange County that do not know what OPWDD is. We are their first stop. They call us up and they say, "I need help." And normally, it is at the parent's last wit saying that they need services like now because their son or daughter has aged out of the school system. The bus has stopped coming. The parents have lost employment because they need support. And so what we do is we allow them, come in, we do a one-to-one session. It's free of charge. We talk to them about all the services that they are entitled to or channels on how to get those services. And we follow up with them. We make sure that they're, reaching out to a care manager. There is many different channels when it comes to services. It's not like a one-stop shop. It is, you're connecting with a care manager, you're connecting with an FI, you're connecting with a support broker. Each one has, different agencies, and it gets very, very complicated. Most often, I find that parents, it's very overwhelming and they stop, right? Because it's like every single time they're going through these channels, they lose track of who to contact, and someone drops the bucket. So we make sure that bucket never gets dropped.
Love that. What do you think some of the biggest misconceptions are of people that are on the spectrum or that have autism?
They're brilliant. They're really brilliant. I'm
Gotta
actually
give them a chance.
Yes, absolutely.
Absolutely.
So I have been in training for the last 6 months on spelling to communicate. Spelling to communicate is a new technique that has been it's mind-blowing. It's really mind-blowing. You're talking about someone who is non-speaking, and in society we just ultimately think that because they're non-speaking, they're just, they don't have intelligence. They are just there. They don't know what you're talking about. And it is the complete opposite. And with spelling to communicate, it's through letter boards. And I wish I had brought my letter board to show you what it is, but they have words, they have voices behind that non-speaking communication, and allowing the community to interact with them. It's impeccable. I think it's gonna be one of the, if Orange County, right, gets a lot of practitioners on board, I think we could go a long way with non-speakers.
Absolutely. It's bringing the awareness, to the public, because it's the I don't know, I never heard. And you don't see people going out there and saying, hey, if you are going through the same, journey that I'm going through with my kid, and I have information, we're here, to open up that doors, to open up that dialogue with you so we could come together as a community to help the community. And it's all by doing this awareness and speaking, communicating with other people, right? And sharing. So that's what we bring to the table here in Orange County.
So I just want to piggyback on what you just said, Rosie, right? How can people in the community, how can businesses in the community, most importantly, how can the OTF community support gifted children?
Absolutely. First and foremost, exactly what we're doing, coming together, supporting each other, right? And broadening up, just make sure that we share what we have here, what's happening here. We have to share it with everyone. And I think that that's the support that we need most of all, because right now, she's growing out of the space here.
That's a good problem to have.
It is.
Right?
It is.
It's a good
Yes.
problem
She's
to
growing
have.
out of the space, and we want to take it to a whole different level. But we have to not only advertise, but the best advertisement is word of mouth. So people can know what's going on here, what we have going behind the scenes that people say, well, we didn't hear about you. We want to be heard.
Yes.
So we want to bring it out there. So that's how you guys out there could support us.
And of course, donate, make a donation. Okay.
Absolutely, to keep us going.
Okay, absolutely. And this is why we're doing this event, right? This is why, we partner with you guys because we want to help you raise capital because we all know it takes money to if you're growing, right?
Yes.
And in order to grow, in order to level up, sometimes we need a little bit more extra capital to have a bigger space so we can serve more children in the
Yes.
community.
Yes.
Before I let you go, can you tell me of a success story that you've experienced working with some of the kids at
Ooh.
Gifted Children?
There are so many, but one that touches my heart right as of right now, we have an individual who doesn't have funding or doesn't have the resources to come into class to Gifted Children's class. We have allowed him to do scholarships, utilize our scholarship program, and he loves it. He loves it. It's a routine, it's structure. He's been out of the school system for 8 years now.
Mhm.
And I've talked to his parents, and he loves school. He loves learning, he loves being in community, he loves being out of the home.
Right.
It was a struggle to get him to and from these activities, and mom is working and she just needs extra support, and that's what we have provided since, is that extra support to get him in the learning the learning environments. And it's, again, interesting because he is non-speaking, and this man, I want to say this child or boy, but this man, he is no joke with his letters and his spelling and his, he might not be able to speak,
Right.
but he knows verbally, but he knows how to write, and it is beautiful. It is beautiful because he's always the one that is in class writing a sentence out, and we are reading it for him. Yeah.
He's a success story, and there's many, many, many others, as Chris knows, Anthony Salsano.
I was just gonna say, I gotta say, Anthony. I've known Anthony since he joined the youth coalition, and just watching him grow all the way to the man that he is, and
Amen.
seeing the smile on his face, and it's hilarious because every single time, I don't care if I haven't seen him for a year and a half, I call him my heat-seeking missile because he literally will find me in a crowded room just to give me a handshake, and
Yes.
it just melts me inside because of how genuine it is. And he was the
The
first
love.
person, when we started doing this again, he was the first one that actually came to mind as I was talking about Gifted Children and approaching Orangetheory about doing this, because like I said, his smile just lights a room up regardless of what's going on. And
Exactly. And that's what we're speaking of. A person that was nonverbal, a person that didn't even look at you in the eyes, to where he was to where he is now. That's a success by itself. So that's what this space is creating, and we will continue to create, because within all of this, we're creating leaders.
Yes.
Huh?
Well, listen, you've got new ambassadors. Okay, you got new ambassadors over here
Thank
for Gifted Children. Before we let you go, talk to me about some of the struggles that the parents deal with, the emotional struggle that the parents deal with, dealing with a child or an older adult that's on the spectrum or that has autism, because I can imagine how much of an impact that can have on families, siblings, work, social life. What is that like?
So I support 40 families currently, and each and every one of them have very similar,
Struggles.
very, very similar struggles. The divorce rate is high, right? The divorce rates are high. The resources are low. right? There's not a whole lot of resources. Parents, mothers, dads they're on a fixed income, they're on a single income. They are having to battle the school districts on getting the appropriate services, to battling, the community resources, which is OPWDD, or, self-direction, transportation. There's numerous battles within a single family that they have to overcome. And it is very sad to see because, again, it's very sad to see, but reason why I created Gifted Children was just to provide that, is to provide a resource to help alleviate some of those burdens and provide resources so it's a little bit easier. It's not going to go away tomorrow, but in our future, I think that if we all work together, little by little, we can alleviate those struggles just a little bit, just a little bit.
It's come a long way. It's come a long way because, like I said, my son just turned 46. So you could imagine all the struggles throughout all the years that there was nothing like this, nothing at all that would support me or support my son going through that. So, going through it alone and not finding, the support in our communities was a struggle in itself. But I thank God, overcoming every single day. He's still overcoming, but we're still there and giving him the support and continue to lead because this is what we're supposed to do. So we have that empathy for others because we walking in those shoes.
And I will say too, when Amelia was little, we had pack up, diaper bags, and we're walking out the door, and boom, a huge meltdown would happen. And what are we supposed to do? We're supposed to like power through it, right? But as a mom, you're just like, I'm staying home. We're not going out, and there's often so many parents that do just that, is because we do give up. Yeah. It's very natural. We want to be able to provide a space that at least you got your 1 foot out the door to a location and start working on those goals to actually integrate into the community. Because it was, for the first 3 years, it was very challenging.
Yes.
And we go into, I remember this time Walmart, and this lady came up to me and she goes, I heard her all the way in the back of Walmart. And I'm like, yeah, she's having a meltdown. It's okay. Keep it, it happens, and again, that was
the understanding.
6 years ago, and there was no understanding of what was happening. Autism wasn't, it was there, but people didn't know what autism was. Whereas today, people are learning a little bit about what that is.
That's the acceptance part.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so glad you mentioned that because I think like as a community, we should be informed, right? We should know. I was in Lowe's last week, and there was a young gentleman in there, and he had a meltdown. He was yelling, he was screaming, and I could tell like some people were a little bit annoyed, right?
Mm-hmm.
But if you understood, if you knew, right? If you knew, right, you would do better. You would act better. So I think it's important to end I don't even want to say a stigma, right? I think it's just more important that we are informed about autism because it'll help us be a little bit more compassionate, right?
Right.
Be a little bit more understanding. It's hard for people to relate that's not in the situation. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You don't have a child or a family member that has autism or that's on the spectrum, you really don't know what it is. And to be honest, I was blessed to do this event every year called it's on the top of my head, Night to Shine.
Oh, absolutely.
I do the Night to Shine in at the Montgomery Church, and it's amazing. These kids come in, it's like their prom. They love it. They have a good time, and it helped me because I wasn't informed about autism. And then when I started doing the event, I think I'm going on my 4th year. It's one of my favorite events to do. They come, they laugh, they have a great time, and it's amazing. So I just want to encourage everybody in the community, all the businesses in the community, all of Orangetheory Nation, support gifted children. And if you know somebody that has a family member or a friend that's dealing with autism, reach out, help them out. Like you hear what these ladies are saying now. It's a struggle. Amanda, before we let you go, I promise this is the last question.
Okay.
Okay. Chris, did you want to say something?
The only thing I got is to support. I mean, OTF fam, just know you're seeing it in the lobby.
90 minutes. Let's do it.
August
No,
8th. We are throwing it down 5:35. It is a DJ'd class. Make sure you book it. It's filling up quick.
Yeah.
If you can't make
It's already full, I think.
yeah, it is already
Yes.
full.
We already got a wait list.
However, if you can't make it and you want to donate to
Still
the
donate.
organization, you could still do that. You
Thank
see the
you.
flyer in the lobby. The QR code is there. It will be there all week. They will be in the lobby with us. Show up. We're gonna party. We're gonna have a great time.
Yeah.
And, you know, that's what it is. Like I said, August 8th, we're throwing it down 5:35. Book the class, be there because it's gonna be epic.
Even if
Yes.
you can't get into class, come through, support, show some love. How'd you come up with the name Gifted Hands?
Gifted children.
Gifted children.
Gifted children,
I
I'm
don't,
sorry.
you know, it's very interesting. I
I said
believe.
gifted hands because it had the
Yeah,
I
I
was
have
gonna say,
hands, right?
Hands, gifted.
So my daughter was non-speaking, and there was times where I knew this. So communicating is a motor, you know, and when your brain and your mouth are not connected, it takes a lot of energy to, you know, put out those words. So I knew that it was just going to be, you know, a lot of practicing with her. She was non-speaking for the first 4 years of her life. And so we worked on, you know, sounding out everything, and she had speech therapy as well.
Yes.
But I knew she was very gifted inside. Like she knew how to do certain things that weren't your average, everyday average, like learning tools, or, you know, the speech therapy or OT would come in and say, do this puzzle. She would do the puzzle in like 2 seconds, right? And it was just mind boggling. But then they would teach her about her shapes and her letters, and she had no, you know,
Didn't have the concept together.
she didn't
Yet,
have
putting it together.
She didn't have the concepts, or she had no interest in it,
Mhm.
right? So I was like, oh, okay, you can figure out a puzzle, but these letters and shapes are super simple and easy. To us, right? To us, but this hard puzzle, she got it down. So gifted came through that, gifted children. And the hands, interesting enough, I have 3 little girls.
Wow.
And this logo was created right before my two other daughters came about. And I always say I knew I was gonna have 3 girls, and they're fierce.
The Trinity, right? That's how it all
They're
comes together.
fierce.
Thank God.
So Amanda, how do people get in touch with you? And in the future, how do people donate?
Yeah, so our biggest event is coming up on October 11th. It is our walk or wheel-a-thon in the Galleria Mall in Middletown. They can most certainly go on our website. It's www.giftedchildreninc.com, right? We're located in Middletown. I'm not going to give you the new address just yet.
Yes.
Follow us on Facebook, because you'll see that going to be posted, and then you can come out and, you know, see our new facility and everything. But you can most certainly donate on our website or reach out to us.
Yes. Certainly, you know, we welcome all the support that we could
Yes.
get.
Well, ladies, thank you for being on the show today. Before we let you go, all right. I know you're serving 40 families. The goal is let's get to 100, right? Let's get to 200, 300, 500.
Amen.
Like,
Yes.
you're at 40 now, right? And you're changing
Yes.
lives. You're changing lives, and you're making an impact in the community.
Absolutely.
And we need more people like you, Amanda,
Amen.
in the
Amen.
community, because this is a selfless thing that you're doing.
Yes.
So with that being said, you're at 40. Everybody listening to this show, let's get up to 100.
Yes,
families.
100%.
All right. So listen, we'll see you on Friday. Really looking forward to it. Once again, go check out Gifted Children. located in Middletown. The new address is to be determined. Stay tuned. And real quick, drop that event again. You said October 11th.
October 11th from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. at the Galleria Mall.
Okay.
It's a free event.
Yeah.
It's a free event. We're just walking for raising awareness for autism in the mall.
All right. Thank you, ladies. Really appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
This Friday.
Amen.
Bye.
Thank
All
you.
right, take care.
Bye.
Bye-bye.